You're scrolling through your phone or computer, and then spending evenings in front of your TV, just to end up falling asleep late and waking up the next morning even later, no matter how many hours of sleep you get. You wake up feeling exhausted, without motivation, and just bored with life and how it's currently moving. Or worse, you feel like you're existing through life and not actually living it. If that's how you're feeling lately, then you're clearly in a rut. This rut may be caused by several factors, including burnout, depression, and chronic stress, just to name a few. Being in this state is uncomfortable, mostly because you want to live a fulfilling, happy life, but you just don't know how to get there. And no manual, formula, or magic spell can get you out of feeling this way. So here are a few things that can hopefully help you crawl out of this suffocating space. 1. Understand and accept yourself. An important step to getting out of a rut is to understand your value. For many of us, our self-worth is tied to external things like jobs, productivity, and accomplishments. When you set your expectations so impossibly high, you might only end up knocking yourself down when you don't achieve them. This, in turn, affects your self-esteem and can cause you to lose your motivation in the process. Loss of motivation can look different for many people, but the most obvious signs start with your health. That's why the first thing you need to do is assess how you are. Are you eating well? Getting enough sleep? And doing things that you actually want to do? If something is lacking in those departments, address them, but not by belittling yourself. Be kind and repair the areas you might have ignored. Accept yourself for who you are right now. And know that not everyone has everything together. And that we all, at some point, have been a mess. So it's okay. Accepting yourself might sound easy, but it involves conscious effort. One thing you can try is to write down everything you did right. It doesn't have to be big. It could be something simple like complimenting or helping someone. Learning to find the good things can help reframe your thinking, where you'll slowly realize that your worth lies beyond quantitative measures. 2. Rest. Resting is necessary, but when you're in a rut, time spent resting can feel like time wasted. Although you may feel like scrolling through your phone is resting, it isn't. It's a response to stress, where you're so overwhelmed that you scroll on your phone to distract your mind and feel safe. When you take time to actually rest, you'll feel a lot different. Why? Well, your mind finally has the time to unwind and not be in a constant state of panic, trying to process so many things at once. So treat yourself as if you have a cold. If you still have trouble resting, try meditation and mindfulness techniques to help you relax. These techniques can be anything from taking daily walks, sunbathing, deep breathing, or even just getting some movement. As hard as it is to believe, resting and self-care are actually the most productive things you can do. 3. Social connection. Let's face it, social media and real social connections are not the same. While they both provide connection, meeting a person face-to-face and texting them have different benefits. Spending time with someone who just gets you and lifts your mood is therapeutic and necessary when you're in a rut. Without having these social connections, you may start struggling mentally. Research from Tane University asserts that a lack of social connections distances you from your own feelings. If you don't have or are afraid of talking to someone about your personal issues, reach out to a licensed therapist for help. Going to therapy will help you not only address the problems you struggle with but will also help you open up to others. 4. Break up with social media. Social media can never replace true social connection, yet we've come to use it as a replacement. So learn to take breaks from social media or, depending on what you feel comfortable with, delete it altogether. Taking breaks from social media will help you be more present in your own life, Because most of the content we view feeds into our unrealistic expectations for ourselves and makes us miss out on the beauty of life. Also, there's way too much information online, and your brain can't keep up. 5. Practice gratitude. When you're in a rut, it's easy to focus on everything that's going wrong. But practicing gratitude can help shift your perspective. Take time each day to write down 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how small. This simple practice can help rewire your brain to notice the positive aspects of your life, which can be incredibly powerful when you're feeling stuck. 6. Focus on one thing at a time. Everything has a process and consequently takes time. But we're so busy focusing on what lies ahead that we get overwhelmed by the things we can do right now. So just worry about the next step. A great way to narrow your focus is by writing down what you can and want to do, and I'm not talking about big, distant goals that only exist in the future. What are your next steps in your morning routine? What does it look like? Write down the steps that you actually do and usually end up doing. For example, wake up, brush teeth, make bed. Focus on achievable and real next steps. It's how you'll end up reaching big, far-off goals. If you feel like you want to improve your next steps and habits. 7. Get out of your head. We constantly live inside our heads, worrying and ruminating over the past and the future. So to see the bigger picture and to get out of your rut, you must get out of your head. A great way is to working out not to meet your fitness goals, but rather as a way to still your mind and focus, can be therapeutic. Exercise releases endorphins, which help you feel better. On the plus side, you get to go outside, and the immediate blast of sunlight will more often than not brighten up your mood and make you feel better. So go out, touch some grass, and move. Life is so much better when you're living it, not watching it. We often find ourselves in a rut because we compare ourselves to others and to the idealized versions of who we want to be, so much so that we become overwhelmed. But remember, there is a process in becoming the best version of yourself. For more videos, go like and subscribe to Psychology Unplugged.